We are out here at NADA. We are in the TradePending booth with Mr. Matthew Davis. Matthew, thanks for having me out here today.
Good to see you again, Jordan.
It's always a pleasure to see you. So there have been a lot of trials and tribulations for people coming into the show, and there have been delays, things like that. And we got through 2.5 days of a great show. What have been some things and some takeaways that you have from this year?
The people that wanted to be here really wanted to be here.
That's right.
Right? And that's everybody from the vendors who obviously want to be here, but also the dealers because they want to be here to see the new things, to learn the new things, to meet with the people, to talk to the people. So we had a great show. We had, the booth was full almost the entire time, except for Sunday morning. Is it ever full Sunday morning? Of course not. But great conversations, and we're going to do a lot of business here. We're going to do a lot of help. We got to meet with a ton of customers. We gave them a lot of stuff for free, and we could talk about that. But so that's been, that's been a big takeaway there.
Yeah. Well, I always love the special offers that vendors do for dealers. So since you brought that up, what are some things that you gave away?
We integrated video into our trade tool.
Yeah.
Really nice upgrade for the future. And just did it for free. We also brought in Wheels TV content. It's really, really slick video test drive brochures into our Auto Bio product. Could have made that an upsell, given that to our customers for free as well too. So those are two big things. Of course, there's the show specials. As a marketing guy, they don't let me talk about that. That's like I say.
That's right.
They don't trust me with those numbers. I just make something up.
They're like, get out and market, right? Yeah. So the show overall, I still think that here in 2025. Video is still a big thing. We look back a decade ago, I felt like I missed the boat with video when I was on the sales side at the dealership. Video is still a big thing this year. Video is going to be a big thing for a long time.
Were you selling cars when you were 13? Like, what's going on? If that was 10 years ago.
20 is, well, I'm sorry, 21 is when I started selling cars. Isn't that nuts? Yeah, so 11 years now. So I felt like I missed the boat in 10 years ago. And I felt like that I missed my opportunity for that. But communication through video, there's so many important things that come with that. Not only can you get the actual communication across, hey, this is what we're trying to accomplish, but you can also get across that tonality and that emotion and the real things that make selling a car much more personal, or trading a car, or having communications at all. What are some big things that you guys are doing in 2025 around video?
I think fundamentally we spent 24 integrating the SnapCell company, the acquisition, into TradePending. So that was everything from the people and making sure they're in the right spots and where they want to be. And then it's understanding the processes. And honestly, that's really the hardest part about it, is making sure that if you bring on video to a dealership, that we have the processes dialed in to make sure that they can onboard successfully, because if that doesn't happen, then they're going to cancel, right? So that's a big focus there. And then certainly the product side as well. So we don't want to have 5 different things that we have to log into, that our customers have to log into, so then smashing that all together into something that actually works. So that was 24. So now in 25, we can really start to look forward to the innovation behind those products. And so we've got a lot of stuff cooking in the pipeline for that, because video doesn't stand still. Like, the fundamentals are there. Like, anybody can go out and do video right now. You can use your freaking phone. I don't recommend that, but you can. Yeah. Right? So now it's up to us to kind of keep pushing the industry forward and our customers forward to say, hey, here's how you start taking video to the next level.
That's right.
Once you got it dialed in.
That's right. We know that video is a big thing, and you guys have been able to build the technology behind that to make it easier and to make it work. And you also have the support team behind it. So previous TradePending customer, that was a big deal, was the support side of it. Like on the support side, even the sales side, the reps that we had that I worked with when I was at the dealership just 2 years ago, that's what I loved. Yes, it's a great product, but I love the support even more. What would you say about your team and the support that you guys give to your dealers?
They're an award-winning support team, right? Yeah. So they've won multiple awards, the Stevie Awards. And so there's all sorts of flavors. Like, you've got just the general support team. They're so good at what they do. You've got the onboarding and deployments team that help people get started. You've got the customer success team that are there to ensure your process. And we've been just putting more stuff behind the scenes, a learning management system, so that it can be, your learning as a customer can be self-taught as much as you want to. So
is that live now?
It's just right about. We're about to flip that on,
but we're allowed to talk about it. It's that close.
Yeah. We're there.
We're there. It's built.
So that's it, and so that's where. And there's a mantra I have, and it's true for dealerships, it's true for us. It's like, you got to have great people first, then you got to have good processes, and then you need great products after that. It's the 3 Ps, right? And so we've got just the absolute great people in place, and now it's really dialing and fine-tuning those processes in after a couple acquisitions, right? That doesn't happen in a week or a month or 6 months. Sometimes it takes almost a full year.
Yeah.
And so then boom, now we got all the products stitched together. So we got we're hitting the trifecta, Jordan. That's what I'm trying to say.
Exactly. Well, when you talk about products and how they work together, TradePending has done a really great job at finding different types of services for dealerships and, for lack of better terms, acquiring them, because they know once it's a part of the portfolio, for lack of better terms, now all of a sudden you can bring so much more value and resources to that dealer. And I think a lot of dealers don't even know everything that you provide. So like if you run through that real fast,
that's all my fault.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. But it's because it's a lot of things that happen and change over time, because there are current customers, I think, that still might not even know about like service, the service side of it and the fixed ops side. So like that's a recent acquisition that you guys have had recently in the last year. What has that been like, and what has that done for dealers?
So hang with me here for a moment, right? So I'm going to hit kind of on the three core beliefs that we have here. And then I'll tie that into essentially the three buckets of things we do. Ultimately, it starts with the mission is simple automotive, right? We want to take all the information that customers want that's way over here with all the information that dealers have. We want to bridge that gap, right? And so the three things we believe, like if you make the consumer experience really simple and quick, that's going to create more leads. It's going to bring more business in the door, whether that's a trade-in, a payment calculator, or figuring out what you offer for service. We also believe that if you give buyers everything that they want in one spot, right, then all that 10 to 15 hours of research they're going to do, that's going to compress, it's going to shorten. And if you're the one giving it to them, then they're going to stay with your brand as opposed to hopping off to every third party.
That's right.
So those first two are about sharing information and transparency. And if you, as a dealership, don't have control over what's shared, then that's not great. Right, so the third tenet, this is what really sets TradePending apart, is control. So we believe if we give our customers the ability to control what is shared, the trade-in ranges, the payment offers, the personalized videos, then that's building trust between us as a vendor partner and with the dealer and their customers. So that's kind of the three tenets of the TradePending beliefs. And so then that helps guide, all right, well, what the heck do we do? That's easy. We want to make dealers' websites convert better. We want to make it easier for the sales team to sell, and we want to grow the service business. We got the variable ops side, we got the fixed ops side, and so then boom, there you can start to slot into products, and it starts to make sense. Okay, so that's why they have trade-ins and payments and digital brochures and video tools and service offer pages and that kind of thing.
Sure. And it's cool just to see you guys have taken one business unit and the next business unit, and you bring it all together, so there's so much more value that comes down to that end user for you guys, which is the dealer. And it's all about enhancing that customer experience on the website or when they're in the sales process. So it's been really cool to see how you guys have built that and brought everything together.
Now I have to interject here for just a second, because something that we just launched right before NADA, I'm really excited about. Have you seen Carvana's ad for Value Tracker? It's got Kristen Bell.
So talk about that for a second. I love that commercial, by the way.
The whole premise is you're a customer. You want to track the value of your car over time. Carvana does it. They send you an email. They can send you a text, right? A consumer, you get it. Awesome. Carvana's staying top of mind for you forever. You've got every other national brand, every other third party that's here pounding your customers over the head while they own their car, thousands of times over 10 years or whatever, maybe trying to lure them away from you. And there's no real response for that. Sure, you might hit them up every now and then with a service special, or you're going to maybe hit them up for your birthday, or, hey, we got great deals on Tacomas or something like that. But it's not intentional, and it's not thoughtful, and it's usually something that the dealer wants, not what the consumer wants. So we launched Value Watch just a few weeks ago. It's the same thing as Value Tracker, right? That's the easiest way to understand it, except it is branded from your dealership. It's coming from you. It's emails and texts to customers. They get their value every single month. Your dealership stays top of mind. And what Carvana doesn't do, they don't do service. So you got a huge leg up. You're like, here's your value. Here's our service specials. Come in. You're overdue on that oil change. Come on, who you kidding? Right?
Quit lying to yourself.
So there you go. So that has been a big hit here. So that's man, you talk about exciting. That's, like your job as a marketer gets a lot easier when you got fun stuff to talk about.
Exactly. And then you're also excited about it because that not only does that work for dealers to market to consumers, but at the end of the day, consumers want to know what the value is on their trade so that they can watch that. So that commercial you're talking about, I love how Kristen is basically like looking at the value tracker while they're
Right.
doing things in their daily life. And he keeps asking, are we going to trade the car in it? Are we going to trade the car in it? And she goes, no, hold, don't
right.
trade. Yeah, exactly.
And what's fun about that is here at TradePending, this may be a surprise to people out there, we do not have $1 million national advertising TV budgets. So
Sure.
we essentially get to piggyback on all that education they're doing. Great for them, even better for us, because they're building a brand
right.
awareness for the need and the necessity of this product. And
Exactly.
whoop, we just sneak on in here.
It's got its benefits when you're stuck into the market, right?
Yeah, we're playing chess over here,
Yeah,
not
exactly.
checkers.
Yeah, exactly. What else are you excited about for 2025? I mean, that's a big move for dealers. That's a big move for consumers. I think this year is going to be a great year for dealerships, especially ones that are really understanding what they have, who they work with, and what their partners are.
Yeah, I mean, you hope that we've kind of reached this area of stabilization. We had record high profits. We have the return to normal-ish
Yeah.
that happened a lot last year. You had a lot of people saying, all right, we really need to go back and look at what's really critical to our operations and what's not. Let's cull that. And so now 2025, from an industry perspective and a technology perspective, I think we're all really poised here, like everybody here in NADA. If you've got a great product and it can be helpful, and you got a great sales team to put in front of them to pitch the value correctly, there's a lot of potential for growth there, and I'm excited for that. And then from the trade pending side, like we spent 24 integrating all the people and the products together and the processes, and so now we're at this point where we can really put our foot on the gas to just bring more innovation to all that we do and grow and giving that out to our customers.
Exactly. And it's about bringing the value to the dealers so the dealers can bring value to consumers. What do you think that 2025 is going to hold for dealers as a whole? I think that it's been great to see 24 be a great consistent year. Personally, I think 25 is going to be much more of that, and the good dealers are going to continue getting better at that, especially when they understand everything, and the rest might fall by the wayside a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, there's always kind of like my mama always said, no matter how thin the pancake is, there's always two sides, right?
Mama always said
that. So there's, the optimism of, the market is looking good. There's a lot of post-election optimism. Then you've got the flip side of that, like what's going to happen with tariffs? Like, is that going to impact anyway? But ultimately, you hear this a lot of time. Every situation is what you make of it.
That's right.
Right? It's make your own economy or whatever.
That's right.
So the dealerships that have already been doing that will continue to do that. The ones that have it and they recognize the need to flip that switch and change, they're going to do it. And the ones that don't, right, then I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe it's time for them to sell, or that's the mentality there. But there's just so many interesting new things that as an industry we have, like the wind at our sails, whatever AI is going to do, or how much you do or don't believe in what that can bring to the table, right? There's still a ton of opportunity there. There's still a ton of opportunity in wrangling and understanding your data and how you can use that better, right?
Yeah, that's
so
right.
There's just a ton of opportunity ahead of all of us.
Yeah, I think there is. If anybody that's listening wanted to learn more about trade pending or connect with you or anybody on your team, what's the best way to do that?
Easy, tradepending.com, and I'm Matthew at tradepending.com. Doesn't get any easier than that.
Super simple. Well, Matthew, thank you for having me out here today. Thanks for being here at NAD. It's always fun to hang out with you and chill.
Thank you, Jordan. Good to see you.
Good to see you.